I don't believe global warming scientists for the same reason that I don't believe apocalypse cults. If you keep having to push the date back, you're probably not all that reliable. Hey there, kiddos. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Uncle Franklin, that you're having a great day. And in today's video, I'd like to sit back in my very squeaky chair, relax, and have a little conversation with all of you guys about the market and the smartest people participating or not participating in the market. And crashes. Yeah, talking about a lot today. Talk about a few different topics today. You see, in a previous video, I had spoken about how most people, not everybody, but most people who claim that they will definitely buy and hold on to and sit on a product for X amount of time, 5 to 10 years. I've said in a previous video, and I still believe firmly, that most people who say that won't actually follow through. And there's no shame in that. It's just that most investors are totally comfortable with selling off an investment under a variety of circumstances, but the most common one, of course, is it has appreciated to a point that they are comfortable with. If an item doubles or triples in price, then there's a lot of potential gains to cash in on right then and there, as long as you are comfortable with those gains. And similarly, if an item goes up 3x and then starts to climb down, some investors will get cold feet and they'll decide to lock in what gains they've already seen without much more care to the future. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I want to reiterate that. There's nothing wrong with just selling off and taking whatever nice appreciated gains you've taken. Okay? But in the same vein to how I firmly believe that most people who say they'll hold on to something for 5 years won't, there's another kind of claim out there that you see sometimes, especially in markets like we have right now, where prices are up across the board for most TCGs. Pokemon, Magic, One Piece. You know, you'll see the kind of people out there who don't participate in the market a whole lot. They don't play these games. They don't really buy a whole lot during the #1 boom hype cycle ever. And they'll say something very similar. You'll hear it a lot. I'm waiting for the crash because I know that everything's overpriced. And I'm just going to wait for it all to crash down and collapse and reprice. And then I'll buy. And then I'll buy. And much like how I don't believe people will actually hold on to product for 10 years, no. I don't believe you'll buy. I don't believe that when everyone's terrified of the toxicity in the price of some products, when stores are liquidating them at upwards of half off in some cases, no, I don't believe that a lot of people will actually be gung-ho about investing in, not buying to crack and have fun with, investing in sealed product. Players will absolutely be cracking open boxes. They'll be buying these things for pennies on the dollar in some cases. But investors, no, investors will they'll look the other way and go, I don't, nothing to see here. Half off boxes, I don't know what you're talking about. Because they'll be as afraid as the stores are. They'll be as afraid as everyone else in the market is. Because that's how we've seen it happen time and time again. When the Pokemon COVID bubble popped, okay, and it did pop, okay, when the COVID bubble ended and Pokemon was no longer the hot ticket item, okay, there were loads of people who were super into Pokemon, definitely mega into Pokemon, who were spending thousands of dollars on Pokemon products at elevated prices. They were buying these super expensive boxes on the secondary market to flip for a few more dollars, who were very open about their plans to just buy it all up once everything crashed down to the floor. And then it was Chilling Reign, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was Chilling Reign that started the downfall. Chilling Reign came out, and these people were nowhere to be seen. Suddenly, nobody was talking about buying as many boxes as they could. People were all talking about how Chilling Reign was a toxic asset and how they had to get rid of it and how they couldn't sell it fast enough. You know, no one was buying it up. They were trying to get rid of it. every investor, every bro who was seeing Pokemon go to the moon, they were trying to get rid of it. And these same people, or not the exact same people, similar kinds of people who look at the overall TCG market and say, oh, Pokemon and Magic and One Piece, they're all overpriced. I'm going to buy it all. I'm going to buy these games when they're down, when there's no faith in them, when no one has faith in them. They'll say something like that. When a lot of these other people are afraid of these games, I'm going to buy it up. And you can kind of look at these people and go, no, you won't. And I can say that with some confidence because not even that long ago, I've had a conversation with someone like that who was very sure that One Piece's current price is not going to stick around. They're very sure that OP13 and the heroine set, they're all going to go below MSRP very soon. And they're going to buy it then. They're going to buy it then when no one has any more faith in One Piece. And I asked this guy, so why aren't you buying Yu-Gi-Oh? Most Yu-Gi-Oh boxes right now, not all, but most Yu-Gi-Oh boxes are well under MSRP. There's very little faith in Yu-Gi-Oh. So why aren't you buying Yu-Gi-Oh during a time when there's little faith in Yu-Gi-Oh? There's some interest. There's some potential. There's people who are very interested in the upcoming Overrush rares, or whatever they're called in English, Overframes, whatever. But there's still plenty of Yu-Gi-Oh boxes that are well under MSRP. There's a lot of panic and not a lot of faith in Yu-Gi-Oh, right? And of course, I don't like Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't care about Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay, but I'm sure that when One Piece is, if One Piece crashes to half its price and no one wants it, I'm sure you'll be a huge fan of One Piece, right? And more to the point, more to the actual meat and bones of the video, is that we've never had an overall market crash. There's a lot of people right now who are super hyper about TCG investing as a whole. They'll buy everything. They'll buy One Piece, they'll buy Pokemon, they'll buy Magic. Anything that's hot and shiny and nice, they want some of it. They want some One Piece. They want some collector boxes for Magic. They want whatever they can get a hold of for Pokemon. It is how it is. I understand. But these people would not stick around if we actually had a market crash. And I'm not talking about one game going bad. We've had failures in the past. There are dozens of TCGs over the last 30 years that have completely failed and gone under. No one talks about them anymore. There's TCGs in print right now that are struggling a bit. Yu-Gi-Oh, Star Wars, I almost said One Piece. Yu-Gi-Oh, Star Wars are not doing that hot. But we've never had an overall TCG market complete collapse. We've never had any period of time where it doesn't matter what the card game is. Boxes come out and they're 30% of MSRP. We've had some sets come out from different card games one at a time where they're not looking hot. But we've never had a total market crash in the world of TCGs before. We've had trading card collapses in the early 90s. The sports cards crash of the early 90s comes to mind. We've had overall market crashes in the stock market. That's definitely not a great time, right? But the world of TCGs has never had a total collapse. Has never had a cross-market crash. It's never happened. And if one of those does happen, a lot of these people out there who are saying that they will 100% buy up everything when it's pennies on the dollar, no, they won't. They're full of crap, and you can tell. You know it right away. Because the simple reason is when everyone's panicking, obviously the people who are only in it for the quick tendies, the quick bucks, the easy flips in One Piece and Pokemon and Magic, the kind of people who are turning up their noses at things like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Star Wars, they're not going to want anything if the entire market goes to zero. If the entire market collapses and people are trying to find ways to use their cardboard investments to light fires, that kind of bad. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Please like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Do you agree with me, disagree with me? You know, there's a comment down here somewhere. Check out the Discord. Check out the Patreon. And yeah, then that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.